Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at 3M on the daily, weekly, monthly time frames using technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So right off the bat, we're at the daily chart. This thing's been chopping around for 2 months, 2.5 months. We made an all-time high, pulled back, bearish pattern, tried to pop through, never could, bearish pattern here, tried it again. So this trend line is going to be the line in the sand. It needs to get above this and the all-time high to continue up, and with confirmation, not just one big move up, kind of like this, and then the next day they pop it and then they reverse it and then they kind of hold it and then boom, right back. I want to see, let's see, like a move like the, like this on the weekly. I want to see an up move with a close above, and another up move and a close above this area. But on a daily chart, if we don't get that, then you got to watch. If you're bearish, you got to watch. If we close below the 20, the 50, and I think we're heading down to this area, the 175, 174 gap fill in here. Then ultimately, if the markets start dumping, we are definitely going to the 200 moving average around 164 and then possibly lower. We do have some good support in this area right here. So if it does come there, depending on the market situation, you can probably buy this thing for a day or so just to catch a bounce, maybe a call option, and then wait for pattern, and I believe it will be going lower with the markets. On the weekly, we had a nice push up into the all-time high, came back, pulled back to the inside bar. Now we're consolidating. So this right here, we'll close it up a little bit. It's up and over macro bull, but you have a micro bear. So if this pattern starts to work out bearish, we're going to 173, then ultimately around 161. On the daily chart, we're right in here around 164 for the 200 MA. If this thing really starts to break down with the markets, we're going down to this pivot here in this 618, which is around 152.87 to 150. That's if the markets start to break down. If the markets keep doing what they're doing, just light volume float, then this one will probably continue up and sideways. If it does move up, it will be on an upgrade or something like that, some news. If it starts to move down, that's because the markets are coming, are coming in, and this bearish pattern will possibly be playing out. Monthly chart, little too extended. I mean, this thing went from 134 to 182.27 in about 7 months. 3M doesn't move like this, and we played this one before too. When we hit this area, let me pull this out. When we hit this area up here, when it gets too far stretched from the 20 MA, this thing has to come back in. So it might have a little bit left. You might get a pop up on the monthly, then you'll get a pullback, maybe a topping tail like these guys. See how it moves up, comes back in, moves up, comes back in. You got these little tails. Same thing here. Look how fast it moved up, and then all of a sudden it has to move back. Look, same pattern. So just be careful with this. My max move was 182.56 on this. We missed it by about 50 cents. But like I said, if we get above the all-time high, even on the monthly, I still want to see continued buying for this one to go up. If you do not get that, I believe this one will be going down. 157 to 150 will be your level in here. And if it really starts to dump, I think we could get into this down in here around 145 or so. So at this point, if you're a bull, you need to get above the all-time high and close and confirm. If you're a bear, you just need some follow-through selling, and you need to get below these moving averages on the daily. And then ultimately here, 164. Then on the weekly, you need to get below the 20, and then I think it will come down into the 50, right around 162. And if that happens, we'll wait for pattern and see if it sets up to go lower. But I like the 150 area in here for a buy, a short-term buy. But if the markets are dumping, you're probably looking at double bottom, maybe right somewhere in here, 140, 135. But that's a big dump. The markets would have to be selling for this thing to dump out. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for watching my videos. If you have any comments or questions, please email me at stockbookie@gmail.com. And God bless. Hope you had a good weekend. See you on the charts.